Okay, this is my demo of an original 1970s Electro Harmonix Mike Matthews Freedom amp. There is it is a looks like 2-input amp. It has a volume, tone, and byte. You will notice there's an on and off switch. Obviously, you have. It looks like a Dremel etched serial number, which is ridiculous. This is a solid state amp. However, it has very tube-like sweetness to it, I would say. It has a very dynamic tone circuit, and then a byte that allows you to kind of get multiple tones out of one amp that seems pretty limited by just a tone knob. The byte is a mid-frequency booster, I would say, and it seems to have some type of a tax ratio or setting to it, almost as like compression would. And then, if I have it open in the back so we can see exactly what's going on in these amps, because they are super cool. You have, looks like all original circuit. However, these amps were originally done to run off of batteries or D-cell batteries also. As you can see, there are no actual, let's see, there's no batteries in here, and it looks like that is because of the #1 problem with them is they would corrode and mess up your whole amp. This amp still seems to be in all original condition regardless of that, except for there might be a possibility that somebody added a power cord. This is a 2-prong power cord later on, because as you can see on the side, there's also a jack for power. However, on the inside, that jack is not hooked up. And that's probably just to, you know, not a lot of people carry around a 2-prong female receptor power cord. So anyway, here's the circuit. The coolest thing about it is, if you notice, this is all hand soldered, so this is not machine done. It looks very similar to my original Big Muff, how that board looked. If you notice, Mike Matthews looks like he has signed and soldered an EH, which is extremely cool. It's just kind of one of those little tiny, you know, attention to detail things that's just very neat about this amp, and kind of gives it the secret lore it has. Anyway, that being said, let's look. So as we go down, this amp would be perfect for any type of outdoor venue, playing, I don't know, God, I mean, it's incredibly loud. I can only turn it up to literally 2 in here. So let's see, here we go. I'm playing through a PRS Maryland made Starla. There you go, see, on it. Alrighty, so now I have this amp set up for a demo for you. Mike Matthews Freedom amp. Show it to you. This is extremely loud. This is on less than 1. Let's see. Just to show you how loud this amp gets. Wait, let's do this again. Here we go. Alright, so we have the Mike Matthews amp set up. Just to give you an idea of how loud this amp gets. We are on less than 1, so this is the first moment that we get sound out of the amp, and it's already at very much house level playing, so very, very loud. Here it is at 1. I have pain, literally. And then anything above that, let me get behind the amp. Starts to, I mean, it's extremely loud amp. I can't even get past 4 without a feedback being this close to it. Now, that being said, does not seem to distort. There are 2 knobs on this amp. There is a tone and a byte knob. The tone is your full range from bass to treble. So let's get a little volume here so you can hear. The tone, that is off, so that's all the bass you can get. By the way, I'm playing on a humbucker bridge setting in humbucker mode on a PRS Starla original, Maryland made. So that's as muffled as it's going to get. Then we'll go, say, 50% on the tone. So there you're starting to get clarity. Pretty original to the signal tone of your guitar straight out. Then you get, this is 100% tone, so all the treble. Super bright, twanging, very cool, very clean. Just for giggles, I'm gonna put on the neck pickup in single coil mode, and let's see how the tones we get. Very like Strat John Mayer tones. It's kind of, it's very good. I don't know. Now that being said, there's one more knob on this that allows you to get multiple tones, and that is, even in this muffled state, let's go back to the bridge, there is a bite knob which emphasizes mid contours. It's supposedly at a mid attack. It has some type of threshold or attack ratio to it from what I've read. I'm not exactly sure how it sounds, but it allows this sound, which is muffled, to be used. So by turning that up 50%, you have an extremely fat sounding thing. And then all the way, and once again, this is absolute 100% no tone, all mid or all bite. Allows you to get the pick characteristic of whatever you're playing. So, which is awesome. So let's turn that off again. So now I'm going to go to 50% tone and 50% mid, and play that same riff. And then we'll go 100% on the bite. So that's the Freedom amp. Very simple, very usable. I could see this one being your go-to stage presence amp, especially if you use pedals, as it's not going to break up. So if you have a tube screamer or whatever, it's going to show the true sound of whatever you're playing through it. No wonder it's so renowned, and there's really not much out there. So this is actually my first demo ever. But I wanted to have this so that, you know, the internet could see what this amp's all about. Thank you. Oh, also I should note, I've just turned this amp off. It takes a good minute to 2 minutes for the capacitors to actually discharge before they'll stop. The amp will actually turn off. So we'll just wait and see how long this takes. Still going. Still going strong. And now it's fully discharged. So it's a pretty cool amp. And just so you can see, because I am thinking of selling this, I do have the original back plate here. So we're going to put this. So just so you can see, I do have the original back plate so that you know, you have a fully finished amp that can be played out with all the original screws.